Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this beautiful beach here in Southern California. It just happens to be Surfside, California, located right next to Seal Beach. Man, I'll tell you, it is a glorious, gorgeous Sunday morning. I hope you're having your cup of coffee. It's always great to spend some time with you. And today, man, I'll tell you what, we've got a lot for you. Lobster season is open, so there's a lot of people out on the water at night. Remember, the most important thing about lobster fishing at night is safety. I mean, a lot of things can go wrong at night, so be very, very careful while you're out there. Today is the last day of our Name the Boat contest. We're going to be postulating some names out there again today. You are, at least. Put them on our YouTube channel. And if you are the one who is picked by Ricky Carbajal, if your name is the one that he decides to use, he promises a great big bag or a box of swag delivered right to your house. So that's going to be fun. His boat going to Puerto Vallarta. You see it right there. You get to name it, and then we'll see who is the big winner. Tremendous fishing going on south of the border. Tremendous fishing going on north of the border. It's just another great morning in Southern California, and it's so great to be with you all. You know what time it is, everybody. It is time for a cup of coffee and the morning briefing. Hey, it's always good to be with you all. Thanks again for joining us. Please smash that like button. So many of you have been doing that, and it really helps us a lot here on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So if you get a chance and you like this video, please hit the like button, share the video with a friend, and of course, subscribe. Some people are saying, hey, I don't know if I can afford the subscription. It's free. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and you will be notified when there's new content, and you'll be able to participate in contests like the one we have about naming the boat. Make sure you put your comments on our YouTube channel, and who knows, something good might happen to you. You might get that big box of swag. All right. Tremendous stuff going on. I mean, it is a beautiful fall-like day. A little chilly in the evenings and beautiful during the daytime and no wind at all. So I am loving all of that. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come. I've got a feeling it is. Arnie down there out of Ensenada, he is a pongero. He runs a smaller boat out of Ensenada. You can find him on Facebook, Arnie Man. And I've got to tell you, Arnie is just such a delightful guy to fish with. You're going to love it. And he says, man, we've had it all down here. Tuna, Yellowtail. We've had bonita, big bonita. They've had just really great fishing, as you can see by that photo. And it has been a lot of fun. And again, Blackfin, they're another group that runs out of Ensenada. They come highly recommended by Albert and Crystal Ponce. That's good enough for me right there. And you can jump on with my friend Diego Nuna or whoever he has running his Parker down there in Ensenada. You can find him at Costa Baja. Really good fishing on the kelps. Also, the Coronado Islands are good, but out on the kelps, there's been some outstanding fishing. Of course, for Dorado, there's more bluefin tuna, and there's a lot of mostly smaller grade yellowfin tuna, but it is around and it is biting, and man, you couldn't ask for a better scenario. So we're now into October. Hard to believe. Lobster season is upon us. And man, coming into San Diego Harbor last night, Scott Buchert said there were tons of people out doing the lobster thing. So I know that's good for my friends at Promar, as they can provide you with a really great lobster gear that you need to get out and catch some of those delicious eating bugs. Not only delicious, but expensive, man. You get a limit of those things and you're putting some money in the bank. I'll tell you that right now. All right, so really good fishing. Now, the tuna down there are mixed. Now, I'm talking to the San Diego fleet. I'm talking about the San Diego fleet, as well as the guys on the Ensenada Pongeros and all of those guys. So you're going to run into yellowfin tuna that are 5 to 10 pounds. You're going to see yellowfin tuna up to 50, 60 pounds. A lot of it is that 5 to 10 pound stuff, and you can catch that on 20 pound, 25 pound, but it's been eating the 40 pound pretty well. And the reason why I think it's wise to fish the heavy because you don't know what's going to bite. I mean, many times it's straight 5 to 10 pounders, and then somebody hangs a 40 pounder, and you hang that on 15. Well, first of all, you're going to have a whole bunch of angry guys waiting for you to catch your fish if you're on a sport boat. And secondly, you might lose it. So right now, I'm going to suggest 40 pound and a 1/0 to 2/0 size hook. Really, really, really good. J hooks and circle hooks. Bring them both. Fly line bait, choosing a really good hot bait. Now, don't just bring 40. Bring that variety of tackle so you are prepared for a variety of scenarios that will likely unfold before your very eyes on one of these trips. I mean, you can go on a kelp and catch Dorado now. You can go on a kelp and catch yellowfin tuna. You can catch nice bluefin. Some of the bluefin get really, really big. So, yeah, bring your heavy also. I wouldn't be afraid to bring some 100-pound Spectra and 200-pound leaders and some of those big knife jigs. Most of the time, you're not going to fish that. Most of the time, you're going to fish something like a Daiwa Sakana lure, you know, like a 60 to 120 gram lure, something with chrome in it. Works really good on the yellowfin tuna. And then bait is your best friend when you're fishing the Dorado. Really nice seas, beautiful weather, and outstanding fishing going on down there right now. Let me give you a few examples if I might be able to. Mission Bell yesterday. My friend Sean Hardigan at the helm. You can't go wrong jumping on the bell. I highly suggest you do that out of Point Loma Sport Fishing. Limits of bluefin tuna, limits of Dorado. How can it get any better than that? Don't miss this. It is so good right now that you should take advantage of it. Remember, it's a long, cold, dreary winter, and you should absolutely take advantage of this great fishing. The San Diego yesterday, they had new novice anglers on board, and they still came up with 45 yellowfin tuna, 7 bluefin tuna, 18 Dorado for 30 or so anglers on there. 31 anglers on the Grande as they keep chugging along. 8 days in a row of limits of Dorado on board the Grande, but they also had 7 bluefin, 28 yellowfin tuna, Sea Adventure 80. What a trip they had. It was a 3.5 day trip, and man, Sea Adventure 80, such a great operation and cranking out. They had 100 plus mixed tuna on this one. That is great fishing. 127 on the Dorado, 3 bluefin in the 200 to 225 pound class. Really great fishing. A lot of that bluefin tuna fishing still going on up there near SCI, San Clemente Island, and that's where you need that really heavy stuff and heavy knife jigs. You don't know what the weather is going to do all the time, so when it gets breezy and there's a lot of current, you're going to go to that 500 gram lure. When it's not, then you can fish, of course, you know, your 200 gram. It's super important when the captain says, I got fish, and this is a nighttime, nocturnal kind of thing. When the captain says drop down to 300 feet, take it from Joe Martinez, drop down to 350 feet, and then wind up through it. That is a great idea. Grace Martinez, I know you're watching. Good morning to you. Thanks for all your fantastic support. Really appreciate it. The Point Loma, Scott Buchert was on there yesterday. How can you get a better deckhand than Scott? He is awesome, does a great job. 16 anglers on there, 21 bluefin, 5 yellowfin. Limits on the Dorado, Oceanside 95. Limits on the Dorado. I could go on and on and on. It is so steady. It is so outstanding. It's such great fishing going on down there right now that I hope you can take advantage of it. I think maybe we have a spot or two open, maybe on the Relentless. That's at the end of the month, October 29th. We leave on a Saturday night. We fish all day Sunday, and then we're in on Monday morning. If you'd like to take advantage of that, just send me a text. If you want to get on our surf fishing guided tours, which I will be conducting for you, just send me a text. Just indicate what you're after. If you're after information on the charter, let me know you want to get in on our Relentless trip. If you're interested in joining me on the beach for surf fishing, I'll teach you how to do it and show you the ins and outs. Just indicate that 657-227-6459, and we can hook up together and have some fun. So really, really good. Now, our local Dorado bite, you know, it's very poor still. See some signs of life, still see quite a bit of Dorado around, but they're not biting, and we're not getting any kind of big numbers right now. Native Son had 3 on the Dorado. Other guys, private boaters that I talked to, are picking off a few Dorado. They're very finicky right now, not biting all that well, so I highly recommend that you bring some lighter stuff to fish them with. down to 15 pound. Some captains will tear their hair out hearing me say it. 15, 20 pound, number 4 size hook, good hot bait. If you find a patty that's really finicky, be ready though. You never know when that light switch could go back on here. It may never go back on, but then again, it might pop one more time again. Hopefully, it is gonna do just that. So the offshore scene out of San Diego, that's where it is at right now. It can't get much better than it is. Fantastic fishing going on, and hopefully it's going to continue to head in the right direction. Taking a look at the islands down there, Todos Santos off Ensenada, we are seeing some really good yellowtail action. There's big bonita down there. Some really fine fishing indeed going on. San Clemente Island here, really good fishing going on for some of the boats. In fact, the Fury had a really excellent day the other day. They had 29 yellows to 30 pounds. You see one of those forkies being caught right there. A lot of fly line fish. Again, 25 pound with a 2.0 size hook and a really good hot bait. Seems to make all the difference in the world when you're fishing for those yellows at San Clemente Island. It's been really, really good fishing. Thunderbird, 50 yellowtail out there at San Clemente Island. Excellent fishing. Hot bait. Change that bait regularly. Fish to 25 pounds. Sometimes you can go up a little heavier than that. It's outstanding fishing, no question about it. And it's just chugging along. The Pride, can't wait to hear from my dear friend Jeff Yeomans from the 540 Slingers Club. They got into some of that. They're going to be in late tonight. We'll get a report from Jeff. And Jeff is not only a great instructor and has a passion for throwing the iron, but I get the straight dope from him. So we'll find out exactly how good that bite is over there in that neck of the woods. Catalina Island, not all that bad. In fact, it's pretty darn good. Mark Manguiers. Mark was on board the Pursuit the other day and just raves about Captain Gus and the crew. He won the jackpot that day. Congratulations, Mark. Really happy for you on that one. Yesterday, the Pursuit said, you know, it's okay here at Catalina. We're picking bonita and bass and a few yellowtail, but let's go offshore and see what we can do. 9 bluefin tuna, and I refuse to become accustomed to that kind of a bite. That's darn good fishing. 9 bluefin on the Pursuit. Mark's right. Really fun fishing on there, and they just continue to chug out some excellent catches. Sport King at Catalina Island itself yesterday with 4 yellowtail and then a few bonita and bass and that kind of a thing, and that really has been the situation. And then we'll just kind of bounce you up to the Channel Islands and mention to you that there's excellent rock fishing up there, but as we've been telling you, there's still opportunities for white sea bass and halibut. You can get that mixed in. And yesterday on the Aloha Spirit, what a great trip. Only 7 guys, 3 white sea bass, 2 halibut, 5 yellowtail, 22 calico bass, some bonita and barracuda mixed in with it. Just fine fishing. I got to tell you that. Nice day on the Aloha Spirit. Up and down the coast, Steve Bermudez was down there in San Diego catching big bonita, and they get flashed down there on the new Seaforth on the half-day rig every once in a while with these 20 to 30 pound yellowtail. Gorgeous, big, local fish. You can hardly beat that. So the half-day situation down there is up and down. I mean, up and down in terms of that yellow bite, but at times it's really good. So bring some heavy tackle. That's a nice grade of forky, and you're definitely gonna want to be tackled up on that. It is so important. So bring your light stuff to catch bass with, 15 pound. Bring your 25 to 40 pound to catch those bigger forkies with. And that big bonita also is a lot of fun to catch. And if you take care of it like they do on boats like the new Seaforth, it's great to eat. I love sashimi. Bonita sashimi is absolutely delicious. So good stuff going on there. Redondo Special up there in that neck of the woods. They continue to pick a few bass as they do up there in Marina del Rey sport fishing, and then they mix in sheepshead, whitefish, rockfish with that. And also my friend Cody Rogers up there on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474. Cody limits of whitefish and then a nice assortment of other bottom dwellers to provide excellent table fare for everybody on board. I was on board the Island Spirit earlier this year. That crew is awesome, fantastic. They go rod to rod to rod to make sure you're tied up properly. They will go to all extremes to make sure you have a great trip. It's the perfect boat if you want to take your kids fishing for the first time, and make sure you communicate that to the crew and they'll take it from there. Really, really wonderful stuff. Coral Sea up there out of Santa Barbara, great rock fishing up there also as that just continues to chug along also. Here along the coast, we continue to see some really good corvina fishing. You know, natural baits are the way you want to go, and I'm talking to sand crab, ghost shrimp, sandworm, which you can dig up still. There's still plenty of sandworms here. Once again, you sight fish those things. They're like our bonefish. It's so exciting. You see them swimming. Good pair of polarized glasses will really help you there. And then you can jog up in front of them and present them with a bait. And man, it works so well. It is so much fun. I know you're going to love that. All right, man, I'll tell you. What else can I tell you? Lobster season. Great fishing out of San Diego. Clemente really going strong. Some fun fishing at Catalina Island. And those 9 bluefin on the pursuit, not going to be overlooked by me. That still amazes me that we have that grade and that quality of fish for boats leaving in the morning here. And remember that San Diego bite, when I was talking Grande and San Diego and Mission Bell and all those guys are leaving in the morning and coming back in the evenings. That's some pretty good fishing. Overnight boats out of San Diego, cranking on them. It could give you numerous scores of limits of Dorado and a mix of yellowfin and bluefin. That is good stuff. Smash that like button, please. We deeply appreciate your support. Thousands of you tuning in to the morning briefing every single morning. 5,000 the other day, big day, 10,000. We really appreciate it and can't thank you enough for all of your great support as we move toward 1 million views and 5,000 subscribers. We'll have a little party down at 22nd Street Landing. You will be invited. Maybe coffee and donuts or something like that one of these lovely mornings. Can't thank you enough. Send you all my very best. I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and I hope to see you really soon.